guys, so we're going to learn a little bit about the hardness test. It is also known as the scratch test, and how you can figure out the difference between three seemingly identical minerals using the scratch test. Here we have three minerals with very similar appearance. It's not easy to tell them apart. So you use your fingernail, which is a 2.5 on the hardness scale, to scratch each of them. The first two don't work. But the third is easily scratched with the fingernail, so we put it aside. It definitely has a hardness of less than 2.5. Next, we take a copper penny. Copper penny has a hardness of 3.5. If the copper penny scratches either of the minerals, we know that mineral has a hardness of less than 3.5. Now we're left with just one mineral. If you scratch it with a piece of glass, it does not scratch. A steel nail also does not scratch this mineral. A porcelain plate that has a hardness of 7 finally scratches barely this mineral. So we know that it has a hardness probably of about 7. The first mineral we eliminated by scratching it with our finger was halite. The second mineral we eliminated by scratching with a copper penny was calcite. And the last mineral was quartz, a much more resilient at 7. The Mohs scale of hardness can be hard to read. It starts with talc, which cannot scratch any other mineral on the Mohs scale. Looking at gypsum, gypsum cannot scratch anything above gypsum, but it can scratch talc. Our fingernail is at 2.5, meaning it cannot scratch calcite, but it can scratch gypsum and talc. A penny at 3.5 cannot scratch fluorite or anything above, but it can scratch calcite, gypsum, and talc. Glass is 5.5, which means it cannot scratch orthoclase or anything above it, but it can scratch apatite and anything below. A streak plate is about 7, so it usually can scratch quartz, but not topaz, corundum, or diamond. Diamonds can scratch everything else on the Mohs scale of hardness. So remember, things can only scratch things that are softer than themselves.